Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Romina, tu profesora de español. Hi, how are you? My name is Romina and I'm your Spanish teacher for today's class. In today's lesson, we are going to learn some exceptions to the grammatical rules for forming words in either masculine or feminine, so gender formation rules, and also some exceptions to the formation of the number in Spanish, right? So when we are talking about words that are in singular or words that are in plural. Bien, so we are going to start, vamos a comenzar con las excepciones de género. So we're going to start with some exceptions to gender. In Spanish, we learned that words ending in A are feminine. However, on screen, you can see several exceptions to this rule, okay? And this is the most basic rule when it comes to gender of nouns, right? So please repeat after me. We're going to go through all these examples, and I'm going to give you the translation as well. El día. El día. ¿Qué significa? Significa the day, okay? El día means the day. El clima. El clima. El clima means the weather. El problema. El problema. El problema significa the problem. Very similar to English, right? El idioma. El idioma. El idioma significa the language. It means the language. El arroba. El arroba. Arroba means @ symbol. You know, when you're writing an email address, you're going to use arroba. El sistema. El sistema. The system. El tema. El tema. El sofá. El sofá. So, el tema significa the topic, and then el sofá significa the sofa. In Spanish, we also learned that words ending in O are male, right? But here we have some exceptions. So these words are ending in O, but they're actually feminine. So any adjectives that you put after this will have to be feminine, okay, to match this. So let's say, for example, you want to say the red hand, okay? You're going to say la mano roja, roja, okay? I don't know why you would say the red hand. It sounds a bit weird. But just to give you an example, so as you can say, the article it's feminine. It's just that the noun is ending in O, but it's still feminine. It's just that it's an exception, okay? It's incorrect to say mana. We have to say la mano to refer to the hand. Okay, vamos a repetir las palabras de esta lista. So here on screen I have a few examples and we are going to go through all of them and we're going to repeat them twice. Please repeat. La mano. La mano. So as we said before, la mano means the hand. La foto. La foto. La foto means the photo. So in this case, this is not really an exception per se, because the full word is actually fotografía. So that ends in A. However, no one says that, it's too long. So we shorten that word into photo, okay? But it's still a feminine to us, okay? It's still a feminine noun. So we say la foto. Same thing happens with the next one, la moto. The full word is la motocicleta, but it's such a long word, no one uses it. So instead, we just say la moto. So that means the motorcycle. Please repeat, la moto. La moto. And same thing, like the next word is la disco, and that means the nightclub, right? But the full word is discotheque, right? La discoteca. So that used to end up in A, but again, no one says discoteca. It's quite common just to say la disco, okay? Let's repeat, la disco. La disco. Okay, last one, la radio, the radio. La radio. La radio. Okay, so another rule that we learn in Spanish is that words ending in R are male, right? Are masculine. However, obviously, we have here women, la mujer, which is female, obviously, makes sense. So in Spanish, we say la mujer, although it's ending in R, it's an exception, and this is a female, okay? So please repeat, la mujer. La mujer. Flor, flower is also an exception. La flor. La flor. The cauliflower in Spanish is also an exception, right? La coliflor. La coliflor. But be careful, there are some words that are actually feminine, so they're femeninas, but because of their pronunciation, they will appear to be male, okay, or masculinas. So let's look at this with some examples. Agua, which means water in Spanish, it's actually a feminine, a female word, but because of the pronunciation being on the stress of the word being on the first A, agua, if I use the feminine article, la, in Spanish we feel that it has this very weird sound, okay, like la agua, la agua. It sounds very weird. So instead of using la agua, we use the male article, okay, the masculine article, el agua. But it doesn't mean that water stops being a female word, okay? So as you can see, when we turn this into plural, okay, so let's say you want to say the waters, okay, you're gonna say aguas, the plural form, because in the article you're adding an S, and that S comes in between these two A's, then we feel that the sound is separated and it sounds nice. So that's why we keep it feminine, okay? So in singular, el agua, but then in plural, las aguas. I'll give you other examples. We have aula, which means classroom, and then alma, which means soul, okay? So in singular, we're going to say el aula, just because saying la aula sounds very weird. But in plural, there's not going to be any problems. We have an S that stops that sound, and we're going to say las aulas. Same thing with el alma, singular, el alma, plural, las almas. Ahora vamos a ver algunas excepciones de número. So we are now going to see some of the exceptions to the genders of number formation in Spanish. On this video, I think it's quite important to see this exception about the formation of the plural. So usually when we have a word that ends on a consonant, okay, like S, right? When we make the plural form of that word, we usually simply add es, okay? So on screen at the top, you have the Monday, right? The day of the week, the Monday. So if you want to talk Mondays, okay, the Mondays, the plural form of Mondays, if we follow this rule, it should be los luneses. But that's not Spanish. That's incorrect, okay? And this is because the days of the week are an exception to the grammatical rule of the plural formation. Okay, so just to give you an example, I'm talking about this rule, and there are many others, right? So here on screen we have el lunes, los lunes, el jueves, los jueves, el viernes. In plural, it becomes los viernes. So as I was saying before, there are many other rules about the plural formation, but obviously we don't have the time to go through all of them. But I thought this one, it's an important one for you to know, because this is something that you will probably use quite often. Okay, the exercise is very simple for this video. All you have to do is complete the blanks with the article, okay? If it's male or female, or if it's an exception to the rule. Take a moment, pause the video right now before I give you the answers. Bien, amigos, vamos con las respuestas. So, my friends, we're going to check the answers right now, okay? Let's see how many you got right. Let's start with A. We're going to read all of them through A first, obviously from A to G, and then I'm going to continue from H to N. Okay, the first one. La mano, el pollo, el pan, los mariscos, la moto, la mesa, la flor, el mesero, la radio, la cerveza, el sofá, el tenedor, el pescado, la disco. Okay, I really hope that you got all of this correct. Just in case you're wondering, I'm going to go through all of these words and I'm going to translate them into English in case that you don't know the meaning of one of these. So the first one is, as we say before, the hand, no? La mano. Then we have the chicken, the bread, the seafood, the motorbike, the motor, the motor? No, I don't think you say that. You say the motorbike, right? The bike. The table, the flower, the waiter, but in this case, we're talking about a male waiter, right? Waitress in Spanish is mesera. The radio, or a big favorite, is the beer, the sofa, the fork, and then we have the fish, and the last one is the disc. But we also use it as the discotheque, right? Like the nightclub. Ok, amigos, eso es todo para la clase de hoy. That's it for today's lesson. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. And again, muchísimas gracias por ver este video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I will see you on our next class. Nos vemos en la próxima clase. Adiós.